Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. Today I'm going to talk about something that I have talked about in many videos. I've even dedicated videos to it. But nearly half of Americans have basically no savings, no emergency savings. And it's polled that like those people maybe have $500 in savings. And this is really, really alarming, guys, okay? Now, this kind of coincides with a video that I made recently about overconsumption, killing your budget, ruining your budget. But I am going to, in the next few months, really, really harp on overconsumption and lack of savings. Okay. So you guys know that I am very realistic. I am very knowledgeable in the working poor. If you've been with my channel for a long time, you know that I started off with a very, very low income. Even now, my income is not very high. Why do you think I work a full-time job, have a part-time job? I do selling on the side. I do okay, but I am not sitting here like I make a ton of money. There's somebody on Instagram that I follow, Baddies on a Budget. I believe that's what her tag is, and she's awesome, very funny lady. And I remember she was making a video about how she specializes in like envelope stuffing and like that kind of budgeting, and she talks about how that really helped her get out of debt and become very prosperous. And she talked about, you know, do you pay off debt first? Do you build an emergency fund? Do you do them both at the same time? Like, she was asking people what they do. And I don't comment on Instagram posts or YouTube posts very often. But I said that I built my emergency fund first and then paid off debt, and that I had a low income at the time. And I was lucky enough where the debt that I did have, I wasn't behind in it. Like, I was able to pay the minimum payments on my debt. So I've never missed a credit card or a car payment. I've never been late with a rent payment ever in my life. Ever. But I didn't put all that. I just, said like I had a low income, but I, was up to date on my debt payments, and I just paid the minimum until I got $1,000 emergency fund, which is where I started. And then somebody, and granted it's the internet, people can do what they want. Somebody commented like, I'm sure your income was low, so I don't really know, I don't know that person, but there's so many people that are saying that they have a low income, and then you come to find out that they're making $8,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a low income. At the time when I started my debt journey back in the day, I was making maybe $1,400 a month. That's not a lot. And my rent was $500. So you guys do the math. And I had a car payment and student loans, credit card debt. I had to feed myself, car insurance, gas. Doesn't leave a lot. And I was still able to do it. Took on extra jobs, took on, more things. And I know people really hate when someone says, if I can do it, you can do it. But I did it, and it seemed impossible. It didn't seem like I could do it. But I have this determination in me that nobody can tell me I can't do something. And nobody around me was, but you know what I mean? Like, the numbers weren't adding up, and it seemed easier just to kind of give up and give into the situation, and I wasn't going to do that. And so I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but I'm just saying that, You have to have an emergency fund, guys. You have to have an emergency fund. And I've talked about this before. People will argue until Jesus comes back that $1,000 is not enough for an emergency fund. And it's not. But it gets you somewhere. It starts you somewhere. If you have $1,000 in your emergency fund, you are doing better than most people in America. But half the nation, you're doing better than half the nation. So $1,000 is not enough, but it gets you going. Okay? And I am not a Dave Ramsey follower. I followed his plan loosey-goosey, and then made my own modifications, and it's worked for me. And I'm not trash talking him. I know there's a lot of people that follow him, and that's awesome. But I'm just saying that, don't let your dislike for him or his ideology or the fact that $1,000 is not enough deter you from saving yourself. And this all rolls in together, okay? And the reason I brought up my low income and that kind of story about the Instagram is you have to make a decision to make this work, okay? So there are a lot of people struggling. And I totally get that. I've been that person. I have, guys. I have. But there's a lot of people who are just overspending on crap that you don't need or you could hold off to get. And that money can go into your emergency fund. So this is why I always tell people, start with a bare bones budget. And when I say bare bones, I don't mean Amazon. Okay? Unless you're getting your monthly medicines from Amazon or something like that, that's not what I mean. When I say bare bones, take a piece of paper and a pen, or do it on your phone, or however is going to be best for you. I always used a piece of paper and a pen, still do. Rent or mortgage. You got to have a place to live. An estimate of your electric bill, put an estimate, the higher end, water bill, health insurance, if you have to pay that out of pocket. Mine comes straight out of my check every month. A small grocery bill, things like this, child support if you have to pay that. But just bare bones. Car insurance, gas, not for running all over creation, but seriously to pick your children up from school or going to work, bare bones gas budget. Okay, guys? And then you add from there, okay? I believe you should have some creature comforts, going out to eat once in a while, things like that. But if you are really, really struggling with, I have no idea how I could put any more money, have any money to put into savings to then start paying off debt, start with a bare bones budget. And be brutally honest with yourself about where your money is going. And please track it. Go on your bank account and you will be like, I did not realize I was spending $50 a month here. I did not realize $200 a month was going here. Because it's all these tiny little purchases that are going to be your downfall. And I am saying that from personal experience. Okay? So please, guys, I am going to be drilling this into you guys, like I said, for the next couple of months at least, because I don't think that I have conveyed enough how overconsumption and just lack of savings, you would be surprised, guys, the minute you have more money in savings, I can tell you, the first time I ever had $5,000 in savings. Now, for some people, that's pocket change. Okay, that's fine. I sobbed the first time I saw $5,000 in my bank account. Because there was a time in my savings account. There was a time when my savings account had $5 in it. And that was a struggle to get that $5 in there. That's how deep of a hole I had gotten myself into, a long time ago. I'm not going to get into all of it. I was in some rough situations, guys. I don't even know if I'll ever disclose all the shenanigans I had gotten myself into to get myself into that situation. But I can tell you that when I saw $5,000 in my savings account, I was like, I am powerful. I can do this. And that was only in recent years. Do you know what I mean? I became debt-free in 2021, guys. So I didn't have $5,000 in my account before that. So it's only in the last few years that I am really realizing the full potential of hard work, dedication, and putting your money away. I got to tell you, a lot less emergencies have come up since the more money I put into my savings, the easier things seem to be, okay? Versus like when I was first starting off, it seemed like there was always something wrong with my car. There was always some sort of something going on, okay? So please, guys, please work on that savings account. Chip at it little by little by little. You want to get Starbucks? Don't do it this time. And then what do? You put that $7 right into your savings account and you leave it there. That is literally how I started building my emergency fund once I was out of debt. Seriously, guys. I'd be like, oh, I really want whatever. And then I'd be like, you know what? No. And that $50 would go into my savings account and I would leave it be. That doesn't mean I never got Starbucks or never bought myself something. But if you did that half of the times that you want to buy something, that savings account will start to rack up, okay? So, I know I'm known for being very sweet and very gentle, but I am so passionate about each and every one of you getting out of debt and having a savings account and not being a statistic of, holy crap, these people have nothing saved. I don't want that for anybody that watches these videos. Okay, guys? So I just have to get that all out there. So be prepared for lots of those videos in the near weeks, okay? All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you got something out of this video and that you will take what I'm saying to heart, okay? All right, guys. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. Until next time, guys. Bye.